For us, the way that I do it for a small to medium-sized business is, firstly, you want to identify what your top products and services are. So and I'll give you an example for one of the printing client. There's a couple of clients that I've chatted with and they don't mind me talking a little bit about their business. So that's typically why I'm focusing on a couple of those. But we'll find out what the most competitive phrase is for that particular business. So, I mean, let's say printing is a good example, or print broker, or flyer printing, or something like that. Like, I mean, what are the real chunky keywords that are very competitive, that chances are it's going to take a little bit of effort to start ranking? Like, I mean, how much effort do you think it'd take to try and rank number one for the keyword printing? It's going to be a little bit of work. So we start off with those most chunky ones, but then what we do is we just add on the geographic modifier of your area. So for us, obviously Melbourne, I'm going to start off with Melbourne first because, I mean, we've had a little bit of experience with this and we can go after some of the more competitive phrases, but then we start to go for the suburbs as well. So now we can go dentist Toorak, dentist South Yarra, dentist Paran, and start targeting all of those different phrases around those areas. So for you guys, you might be thinking of, you might not go to Toowoomba. Potentially, depending on what your product or service is, you might target Brisbane, because, I mean, there's going to be more people searching Brisbane than there is Toowoomba. Or you might have a good mix of both. The real key is start off by getting those really big phrases first, and then start to add your keyword modifiers. Now, the way that you find the phrases is you head over to the Google Keyword Tool. You just search in Google Free Keyword Tool, or use one called Market Samurai. Having known the guys behind Market Samurai, because they're based down in Melbourne as well, really good dudes, super, super sharp, know their stuff inside and out, and they make keyword research really, really easy. But for 95% of stuff, you don't need to make it any more difficult than it needs to be. You can just head over to Google, and I'll show you what I would do. So let's just say we'd come over to here, and let's have a look at... So just Google the Google Free Keyword Tool. Click on the first result. Now, this is just related to AdWords. So if you're not familiar with AdWords, that's the paid advertising around the side. They give you this tool to help you find which keywords that you want to bid on. But let's just type in printing. Hit search, and you can start to see, so there's a whole lot of little categories here, and you can see how many monthly searches there are for those particular phrases. So usually what I like to do, I'll sort it by the most searched, so that way I can see the most searched, because I usually start off with the most aggressive, and then I just work my way down, and I'll say, okay, well, something like screen printing or printing press or something like that. You need to think about what the business is that you're working with, obviously. I'm not going to go after screen printing if the business doesn't target or doesn't have a product that offers screen printing. So find out what those big phrases are first, and then once you've done that, just add your geographic modifier on. So that's how you do keyword research for small and medium-sized business that is geographically located. So we give the example there, printing services Melbourne. So this guy offered printing services, so that was one of the first phrases that we went for his home page. And I usually like to go for phrases as well, and it's all done by design. I like to go for phrases where I can first rank for that less competitive phrase, and then I can go for the smaller version, then the smaller version. For example, printing services Melbourne, let's rank for printing services Melbourne first. Then once we get ranked for that one, we can still rank the same page for printing services. And then once we get printing services, then we rank for printing. So, that way we can keep chunking down, and we don't have to... I'll show you the way that we optimise these pages once you know what keywords that you're looking to target. Once you do that, though, we can use the same page to target the same keyword. Because usually there's a general rule, you don't target more than one keyword per page.